Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals. Welcome back to my channel. I have a Faith Junk Journal with Me episode, and I have one of these out on every Sunday, and I've just got my basket of cutouts from magazines. So I rip out full pages, and I also cut out little clippings of pictures, and I just put them all into this basket. So just flipping through for some pictures that I might want to use. I also pull out some pages that I'm going to do for the Anchor Journal course, which I'll film after this video. And so I'm having a journaling day today. But yeah, opening up my love journal, and I'm still recording stories of where I see God's love in my life. So I just needed to catch up on a few stories. And so this is one story that I've got with the stars, and I'll share that story in a little bit, but first I'll kind of go through what I'm doing on this page. So first of all, I chose this page because I liked that the blue bag had a nice blue background, and it kind of reminds me of, you know, the blue sky. And then on the left hand side page we've got the music notes, and I love that page. It comes from my actual life. I think it came from my mum, from when she played piano when I was a kid, and she gave me some of her music books, so very special. So I just ripped this down using my ruler so that it fits on the page, and I was trying to work out, do I want it on the left or do I want it on the right? In the end I put it on the left because of the white background. It just stood out a bit more rather than having the dark blue on the light blue. And then I have this glassine bag of words, again, that I just cut out from various magazines, and just looking for the word stars because I remembered that I had cut that out at one stage. I also pull out this word space, and I was going to use it at the start, and then I wasn't going to use it, and then at the very end I ended up using it. So I'll talk a bit more about why I chose that word a bit later. But yeah, the stars. So let me share the story here. One day, quite a while ago now, but this year, I went on a skate date with two of my friends. This is something that we have a little tradition that we do. We all have roller skates, and we just have fun going skating for an hour. Then we go grab some dinner, and then we have what we call God chats, or, you know, a God talk. And this time we had our God talk on the back of a ute. So we went out and got takeaway dinner, and then went to the beach, one of the beaches here, at night, and turned off the lights and looked up at the stars. So one of the girls brought a mattress and some pillows, and we just laid them out on the back of the ute, and then we had our little picnic dinner. And then we turned off all the lights and we laid down and just looked at the stars, and it was so beautiful. I've never met a person who doesn't like the stars. Yeah, and we just sat there, or lay there in the silence, and I kind of just soaked up the moment, soaked up the beauty, and was very thankful for this moment. And then we prayed and asked God that he would meet us where we were, and that he would speak to us. And then that's what we often do in our God talks. And then after a little moment of time, while we listen to some music, we then share, if we feel comfortable, what God spoke to us about. So that's what we did. And as I was lying there and just reflecting and listening to God's voice, I felt him say, "You will see the many ways I love you," or "I will show you the many ways I love you." And as I was looking at the stars, it was like he was saying, each of these stars is a different way that I will love you. And I've shown you many ways that I've loved you in the past, and I'm going to keep on showing you many ways that I will love you in the future. And they will be new ways and different ways and ways you've never seen before, which is kind of exciting. And it's kind of just like a message of, yeah, you've had so much already, but I've got so much more in store as well. And then as I was sharing this to the girls, it was just like, yeah, it's not just a message for me, it's a message for them, and it's a message for everyone. So everyone, see the many ways that God loves you. He will show you. And whatever place you might be in currently, or in the past, you might have been or are in a dark place, or a bit of a low place, or an unknown place. But yeah, just an encouraging message that no matter where you are, the future has many ways of, you'll see many ways that God will love you, and that there is more in store. Whether you already had so much already, or maybe you haven't had much at all, but there is more ways he's going to show you his love, so many more. And that's this journey is always going to be exciting. There's always going to be adventure, because there's just going to be more of these ways he's going to show us his love. And you think maybe you get comfortable with the love around you and his love, in terms of like it's familiar, you know it, but it was just a different way for me to see it, that there'll be different ways and new ways and ways that you've never even thought of before. So that's exciting. And then I just got my white gel pen, and this is fun to write on the dark paper. Because of the glossy paper, it kind of smudged a bit, but that's okay. Just went over it, and I just wrote the quote, "See the many ways I love you." And then I just wrote under the stars and did little star dots. They can't really tell that the stars, but that's just a fun little sentiment there. And then I added a little label and some of these flowers, so that represents the beauty. How, just lying underneath the stars, I was moved by the beauty of it and thankful for the beauty. And that's another way that, or one of the ways that I see God's love. He's just like, here's a flower, and here's a rainbow, and here, take these stars, and here, take these friends, and here, take this moment, and take this time to enjoy my creation and me, and all the goodness that I have put in the world. Just here's another way I love you, and here's another way, and here's another way. And if we look, we'll find them everywhere. We'll find them in the flowers, we'll find them in the stars, we'll find them in nature around us, we'll find it in the people around us, and the moment by moment ways that he loves us. So that's what these little flowers represent. So I'm just kind of decorating the page here and there with them. And then I create this writing space, or just this leftover space. I wanted to make sure that was blank so that I could actually write. Put the date in that label piece. And then I just wrote that story, basically what I told you. And I might read some of it out, because I always really enjoy it when I get to see a sneak peek into other people's journals, and I get to read what they actually wrote. It just feels so special. Like, this is a piece of them. This is a piece of their heart and soul. And I feel very privileged, like I'm getting a gift when I get to read someone else's journals. So lying on the back of a ute, looking at the stars. It was just after I got back to Bowen, so beautiful, under the starry sky, thankful. I felt God say he would show me the many ways he loved me. He'd already shown me through so many things. Now he was going to show me in new ways, different ways. This isn't all there is. There is more. His love is like the stars. Each star is a different way he shows his love for us. Show me the beauty, make space for his love. And so that's where I brought back that word that said space, because I like that sentence, make space for his love. Because I don't know, sometimes we can close our eyes to the wonder and the beauty and the love around us. Sometimes we can, I don't know, for many reasons, for whatever reasons, we just become numb to it, or we don't recognize it. But let's become alive and let's become awake to the love all around us and making space for it. And again, like, maybe we can be closed to it. That was kind of one of my lessons, an ongoing lesson. Coming from a background where you feel unlovable, you kind of close yourself off to it, because love equals pain. So you kind of just go, no, don't want to go there. So making space and making room and opening yourself up to love, that can be hard for some people. I noticed to some people, they're like, what do you mean? Love is the greatest thing. How could you be closed to that? But for others, you get me. And so just making that space and opening yourself up is kind of like a little note to self, a little reminder as you go into your life and into your day and into the future and into this journey. Make space. And maybe you want to join me with that, and maybe you want to write it in your own journal, and maybe you want to do your own journaling about what that looks like for you to make space and just to come alive and be aware of all of the love around you, and maybe to journal about it. So I might even take that quote and put in a separate journal. I'm really into art journaling at the moment, and capturing these little moments and capturing these little quotes that mean something to me. So I might make a page about making space for God's love, or making space for love. I like that quote too, show me the beauty, like being awake and alive to beauty. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this page and were encouraged by it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. Willowbound Journals exists to bring light and life into people's lives through creativity, beauty, story, and inspiration. A big extra special thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in August. This channel is what it is because of you, and your support means the world to me, and I just can't thank you guys enough. If you would like to become a patron and get access to printables, videos, first preference for my journals, behind the scenes looks, and personal updates, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description box below. If you want to support my channel through a donation, there is also a link to my tip jar in the description box. And if you would like to take one of my journaling courses, you can be part of the Anchor or Willow Journal course anytime in September. The links to the course websites are down below too. May you journal your life because your stories matter.